Hi, I'm Anisa Virji, and you've probably read some common sense living letters from me before. In fact, if you've been reading my letters recently, you'll remember that I've been writing a lot about retirement. I started writing about retirement a few weeks ago when I started getting a lot of questions from readers who were concerned about their own retirement. How do we plan for a retirement? What does it mean to be retired? What should we look forward to? They asked. So I started writing some letters, doing some research, trying to figure out what it meant to be thinking about retirement. Now, I had never actively thought about that before. I always thought I was too young or something, that I wasn't ready, that I had time. But the more research I did, the more I started to realize that anyone, whatever stage of life you're in, if you started looking at life with a long term view, you should be planning for retirement. We plan for university, we plan for our careers, we plan for our families. We should be planning for retirement too. But most people don't like to. No one wants to think about putting money away for when they won't be gainfully employed. It's hard, thinking about a life so far in the future, having to sacrifice today for a life that might or might not happen tomorrow. I know how easy it is to procrastinate, but the single most important thing you can do today to secure your golden years is grab a pen and paper, run off a few prints of your bank statements, and start planning now. In fact, I'm going to outline for you today 7 steps that will get you retirement planning ready. Alright, step 1. Start early. Better yet, start now. I have enough time to go before I retire, so why should I rush? Let me focus on living now. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Said no wealthy person ever. Time is your friend, especially when it comes to retirement. Starting early has 2 unbeatable advantages. One, it gives you flexibility. You can take big risks. Big risks lead to big rewards. But that also means that if you fall, you don't have to worry because you have time to pick yourself up and start again. And the second power is that of compounding. We all know that compound interest is magical. In fact, Einstein once said that compound interest was the 8th wonder of the world. And that man is brilliant, so if he believes it, I believe it. So start now or regret each day that you let slip away. Step 2. Sit down with your family. You're not an island, and you're not the only person in your family who cares about spending and saving wisely. You're also not the only person smart enough to understand money. To plan for your future and that of your family, to identify your financial goals as a family, and to work towards them together, you have got to get your family together around finances. This also has other advantages, by the way. For example, if you as a breadwinner were not around anymore, your family would then be able to take care of themselves. In fact, your children, if they're involved in this process early enough, will grow up to be more financially aware and secure than you. So, step 3, list your financial goals. All financial planning includes more or less the same steps. If you're already sitting down and planning for your retirement, it's a good idea to include your other financial goals and prioritize them accordingly. So you've got, for example, your in case of emergency fund should be your highest priority. You will have other goals, children's educations, buying a house, a wedding. Figure out what you're saving for, how many savings buckets you need, and plan to fill them accordingly. Alright, step 4. Spend wisely. Every rupee that you put in one of your savings buckets instead of spending right away will multiply. The more money that goes in a bucket, the richer your life will become over time. But what about right now? Should you deny yourself today for an uncertain tomorrow? I think not. You simply prioritize. You learn to spend on things that give you the most value and the most joy today instead of wasting it on things that have perceived value, right? So spend on things that make you truly richer. A good education, a good experience, travel, a good home, instead of things that make you poorer, like anything that has a logo or a brand name attached to it and that's what makes it expensive. That's pointless expenses. So make a budget and stick to it. and make sure that you're spending on intelligent luxuries. All right, step 5 then is examine your investments. Are you sticking quite well to a budget, being economical, scrimping and saving, but then chucking all your savings into some asset that is either too safe to be rewarding, like a fixed deposit? We all know the perils of that. Or something that's too risky to be safe, like putting all your money in equities. Both these approaches are wrong. What you need is a diversified asset allocation strategy that will be fruitful and safe, something that will give your money growth and yet stability. The strategy should also match you, your personality, your risk appetite, your financial situation, your lifestyle. Remember what happens if you put all your eggs in one basket? Alright, step 6. Create extra income opportunities. Now, in theory, the money that we put away in our investments is supposed to sustain us throughout our retirement. But really, it's never enough. You might live longer than you expected, which is a good thing, of course. But your rate of return might be lower than you expected. The rate of inflation in the country could go sky high. You could have an expensive emergency or an illness that you had to provide for. But there is a simple and definitive way that you can deal with all of these challenges. Don't give up your active income. Keep working through retirement. Not at the painful 9-to-5 desk job that you were working your whole life. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, spend a few hours a week doing something that you love that can still make you money. If you like to write, or consult, or take pictures, for example. If your talent lies in sales or marketing or management even, the years of wisdom and knowledge that you've collected so far can be transformed into an active income. How, you ask? Am I going to find something fun to do which can make me money in a few hours a week? You can, and it's easy, and I'll get to that in a bit. Alright, step 7. What's your number? If you don't know where you want to be, how will you ever get there? In retirement planning, it's crucial to have a number that you work towards. Your retirement number, what we like to call your magic number, is the amount of money that you need to quit working and live comfortably for the rest of your life. Now, to calculate that number, you need to know what your expenses will be in your new life, how long you expect to live, how much return you realistically hope to get on your investments, and how much extra income you plan to make. But don't worry, it's not that complicated. Just grab a pen, a calculator, your bank account statements. Oh wait, you need one more thing. A streamlined, detailed yet easy to follow, step-by-step guide to help plan the retirement of your dreams. And where will you get such a guide? And that's exactly what we're here for. We've done a ton of research to put together an ultimate retirement planning resource that will answer all of these questions that I've been asking you. How do you find that active income source that will supplement your income? How do you calculate your number? How do you find your ideal asset allocation strategy? How do you start living better today while still saving for retirement tomorrow? How do you imagine and plan for the perfect retirement? The answer to that is in the ultimate retirement planning bundle that we've put together in conjunction with some serious experts. On the one hand, we've got Mark Ford, who, as you all know, is our mentor and a giant. And we've got the guys at Personal FN who are famous for giving financial advice in the most honest, straightforward, and simple fashion possible. So I urge you to click on the link below and take a look at the ultimate retirement planning bundle. No matter who you are, no matter where in life you are. Alright, wait, there's one more step. Step number 8, enjoy the ride. Once you decide to start planning for retirement, once you start dreaming about this perfect life and working towards it, this journey is so rewarding. I can't even begin to tell you. Before you start planning for retirement, you feel stressed, right? You feel tight, you don't know what's going to happen, there's uncertainty. But once you start planning, there's just so much clarity that you really just start to enjoy the ride. So I urge you, whoever you are, whatever stage of life you're in, take a look at our bundle, take a look at your life, and start making that perfect retirement plan for yourself. Thank you for listening. This is Anisa Virji at Common Sense Living.